I told you from the start. When I watched his USC games, I saw an NBA defender.
What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. This Bronny James situation is just getting out of control, man. And the things the media will do out of desperation just to remain in good standings with revenue on YouTube, TV ratings, and radio ratings is ridiculous, man. I'll explain more on that, but first I need you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this video up because I have a whole bunch to say. Back to the video. But man, the stuff that I'm seeing on TV is just complete sadness, man. And no one other than Skip Bayless, who not only is on his last leg, literally in life, but the things this dude is going to, the things he's doing just to stay relevant in the sporting world or TV analyst or commentating. This is weird. The topics Skip Bayless has been discussing, and I'm a Skip Bayless fan. I like Skip Bayless, but y'all know on this podcast, man, I'm always going to be fair. And I'm listening to all of these sports shows hype up Bronny James. They know that on the offensive side this season, it was a fail. Let's just call it like it is. It was a fail. Okay, so now he's been promoted to an NBA caliber defender. And I'm like, what? They're saying that this guy can make it to the NBA because of his defense, when this whole season we haven't seen one glimpse of a highlight or even have that tied to his name or the niche, right? When I watch Bronny James, man, you don't see no Pat Bev, you don't see no Kawhi Leonard of old, no Klay Thompson. First of all, they got him at 6'4". He's not even 6'3". But let's get into this video, man, because I don't even want to continue to talk about this, but I want you to see the desperation of Skip Bayless. Y'all just listen, okay?
I talk to NBA teams, there's already a clear consensus that as a defender, he's already at that caliber of an NBA defender.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Now all of a sudden, Bronny James is an all-world defender. So you mean to tell me that's what he's been training his whole life for? To be a defender? To be a Draymond Green? Or what? He's a nice kid. His mentality is not like that, man. And I'm not saying that it can't be molded into it. But you see all these media shows, man, they have an agenda. Without LeBron James no longer in the league, what will they have to talk about, right? The best thing they can do is help LeBron James push Bronny James into position to be drafted. So they can't go against, Bronny James and call him out. Like we, as fans, we know what we see. And I'm telling you guys, what I've seen, I haven't been impressed. But I do appreciate some of the people in the media who try to stay fair and just say, look, man, I think he needs to stay another year. There's nothing wrong with another year. But the problem is he's overly anxious to get with his dad. His dad is overly anxious to get him there, all to create history. And I'm just thinking to myself, honestly, I don't even think a lot of basketball fans care about that. I just don't. Well, let's hear Keyshawn Johnson's take.
They keep changing on me, though. Skip, it's
now you guys just heard it keeps changing. Let's keep going.
Well, it's not my decision whether he goes, stay, or whatever he decides to do. That's not the answer to your question. In his situation, what's the rush? Can he get better, whether it's on the defensive end, the offensive end, a combination of both? Yes, he can. Is the NBA a team that he may go to with these veteran players like a Paul Pierce, willing to sacrifice minutes, time, all of those things?
That's a good question.
For a guy that isn't ready yet?
Now, thank you, Keyshawn Johnson. And I don't even like Keyshawn Johnson's stupid ass takes that he has sometimes, especially when it comes to basketball. But I appreciate him being honest and sincere here, because he's basically saying, what's the rush? This dude is not ready. It's crazy how when Dylan Brooks, right? Dylan Brooks, guys, was going up against LeBron James, challenging LeBron James, and actually what they're dubbing Bronny James to be is every bit of what Dylan Brooks, that's what he is. You know what the media said? They said that Dylan Brooks was trash, right? And I said, I don't think Dylan Brooks is trash. Because right now I got his stats pulled up, and these are just the points he's put up. The last few games, right? April 4th, 8 points, 18, 29. So when he was on Memphis and he was scoring, they said that it was trash. He wasn't a worthy player to challenge LeBron James or a lot of the top talent players in the NBA. But guess what? Bronny James is ready with 4.7 points. This goes to show you, man, how the media will play in LeBron James' favor. They scolded Dylan Brooks because he had heart. He stands on all 10 and goes against everybody because he's his own man, right? But they said that wasn't good enough, right? Pat Bev, another one. I know Pat Bev isn't a high-flying scorer, but sometimes, man, he will surprise you. And also, he's known to be a heckler. He's known to be a defensive tyrant. That's his name. Now we got these reports coming out that Bronny James is an NBA caliber defender. And Skip Bayless is breaking his neck to talk about these topics because guess what? He's trying to help LeBron. He's helping his enemy. And why he's doing it is because his show has been failing. It's been in good standing now that Paul Pierce has been brought on set, now more. But guess what? This is out of complete desperation, man.
It's almost like I'm being 1 minute, you tell me he has a high basketball IQ. The next minute you tell me he's going to get drafted because he can shoot the three. Now all of a sudden you're telling me he's going to get drafted because he can play defense. And it's
now, you guys just hear what he said. They keep switching it up. And he's pretty much calling out Skip Bayless because I feel like Keyshawn Johnson does not agree with this. He likes to coin himself as being like one of the real ones in the game. And boy, oh boy, is he showing or displaying that right now because it makes no sense to me that this kid is being hyped up so much when you guys know, like I know, man, if this was anybody else, man, with the audacity to declare for the draft, man, we'll be sitting back laughing. But because it's LeBron James, man, the media is going to play in his favor because it's better to work with him than work against him. And honestly, I feel like you would probably, the way the NBA has rubbed people the wrong way, I believe that a lot of these sports shows would have more respect if they had the balls, the cojones to go against LeBron James and speak their valid opinions. Nobody's going to want to do that because they're worried about being canceled. That's why I appreciate Kwame Brown, Jason Whitlock, all of the people that go rogue to do their own thing because they give you a fair analysis. And this is just desperation, and it's just pathetic. It's embarrassing. And Skip Bayless, I can see what he's doing clear as day. I keep telling you guys, every time he does this, I'll drop a video and call it out. Because you guys know that Skip Bayless does not like LeBron James. He likes to see LeBron James lose, but he also likes for LeBron James to remain in the playoffs, to remain on TV, to remain in the media because it gives him stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Hey, let's take it.
I know, but when you say what's the rush, Pop's clock is ticking, right?
Look how desperate he is. And he's trying to get the okay from Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, please don't let this media do this to you, man. You one of the real ones, dog. Don't let this media do you like this, man. Skip Bayless is pathetic, man. Like, oh, Pop's clock is ticking. I mean, when have you ever cared about that, Skip Bayless? Because I guarantee you, if LeBron James had 10 more years left in him, Skip Bayless would not be this confident. In fact, he would probably be talking like how I'm talking. Like, he'll just be being honest. But because he know LeBron James is more so near the end, and any given moment, LeBron James can call it quits if he wants. Skip Bayless wants to help push Bronny James into the NBA so that they can sit back and relax. As soon as Bronny James gets drafted, it's going to be a sense of relief because they're going to know that they have so much more to cover. I'm telling you guys, I said it yesterday, man. Bronny James throws an alley-oop to LeBron James. Man, y'all gonna thank Kobe Bean Bryant that came from heaven and laced up a pair of sneakers and shot a free throw or something. Like, dude, it's gonna be ridiculous, and I'm calling it out right now.
It is ticking, but for him, Does he just want to be on the team with his father? And does his father just want him to be on the team? Or is he actually going to get meaningful minutes? Is he going to really be out there playing? Like, what's the end game in all of this that we keep dealing with when it comes to Bronny James? What is the end game? Because when I look at it, they say right now, he's a top NBA prospect as a defender.
How is he a top NBA defender all of a sudden? I mean, he got a few highlights out here, and I would have to say Bronny James comp to me will probably be GP Junior, Gary Payton's son that plays on the Warriors. I mean, this guy is a hustle player. He defends well. He's a team player. Now, if Bronny James is to enter the league, I can see him being like that type of player. I don't see him being an offensive juggernaut like his dad is. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it, or I have not seen it yet. But we often see a lot of these players, man, like they come into the league, and you know what? In fairness, let's talk about Draymond Green. Draymond Green sometimes scores 2-3 points, but everything else that he's done, that's been his niche ever since he got into the league, all through college as well. Now all of a sudden that people know that the 4.7 offensive average of points per game per night is not gonna cut it. Now they're elevating him into an NBA caliber defender, man. My oh my oh my. Let's keep watching, man, because I'm curious to hear what Skip Bayless' old saggy ass face is going to say. So let's tune in.
How do you know this? Where did that come from? What did we see it at? Did we see it at USC? Did we see it at CRK? The McDonald's game? Like, where did? Because for me, in a little bit of time that I watched him, I'm like, it's just hard for me to see him guarding Booker and Ant-Man. And then when them dudes that's in the NBA can't do. Yeah.
Thank you. Where did we see this? So Keyshawn Johnson, man, that's real of him because he can't even fake it right now, man. Like I just told you guys, we don't see this anywhere. Now all of a sudden they done pulled up 3 or 4 of his best defensive highlight clips, and now they have him on a loop because they're going to slowly implant this into your brain and make you believe it too. They're going to make Laker Nation believe it. LeBron James is going to believe it. Jeannie Buss is going to believe it. And before you guys know it, their organization is going to be done so. And like Keyshawn Johnson said, man, you got some veterans on that team, man, who ain't trying to come off their minutes. Well, LeBron James is the coach and the player. Man, I just see a lot of drama happening, man, behind this stuff, man. And I see a lot of players turning sour on LeBron James, man, because this is disgusting. This is distasteful. And the way that this desperate ass media is going about this, I just can't believe it.
What are they seeing that I don't see that says we could draft him as an NBA stopper on the defensive end? Like, Paul would know more than me because he played in the NBA, but I would say, okay, then when he was at USC and at CRK and in high school, then anybody that was on him at all then should score points.
He's getting his man body already.
Well, I'm not so much talking about his body. I'm just talking about his defensive skill set. Is it there?
Skip Bayless, bro, what the hell? He's getting his man body already. What they got to do with the skill set? This is desperation, man. Skip Bayless is trying to come up with any ammo to support this theory that this dude is ready for the NBA and he's an NBA caliber player.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I think when you look at it, you kind of got to assess his will, his IQ, because when I look at an NBA defender and I see a potential in an NBA defender, you look at, okay, how's his lateral movement? Does he have long arms? Is he getting stronger? Does he challenge shots? And that aspect of the game. And so
man, Paul Pierce trying to help this man out, man. I'm sorry, I can't take this dude. Like, man, Bronny James is not long. He's stocky to me. He's kind of built like what's the short, not short, Desmond Baines. He kind of has like the same frame to me. Maybe his arms aren't as short, but Bronny James is not a long NBA player. He looks every bit of 6'2.5", 6'3" on a good day to me. Bryce James is the one that I think has the natural God-given talent. He gonna be the sleeper. But Bronny James, he has work ethic. I will give him that. He has work ethic, very Westbrookian when he needs to be. But I mean, you can see clear as day, man. I mean, even Paul Pierce is like, for me to tell you this, I would have to see, certain things. But he's saying he has to see. Nothing's been set in stone. So where the hell is Shams, who's probably being paid off by a clutch agency, putting this out in the media, man? People leak stuff when they want to leak stuff. And this is a prime example.
There's going to be a guy that's going to say, hey, we can develop this guy and we got more time to waste with him than this guy. We know who he is and he can't help us any further. So we'll develop, this guy may turn into something. So teams will use a signing on a player like that or a draft pick on a player like that has the potential of maybe being an impact starter, an impact bench guy, an impact role player. You'll use a roster spot for that.
I'm curious, man. If Laker Nation is listening to this, man, y'all drop them comments, man, because I want to know how y'all feeling about this, because this man is about to have the Lakers organization looking every bit. It's going to destroy. He's already partially destroyed everything that Kobe Bean Bryant built up there, and now it has LeBron James imprint on it, and it just does not look like the same Laker brand of basketball to me.
I told you from the start, when I watched his USC games, I saw an NBA defender. I'm not saying he's first team All-NBA. I'm just saying he can hold his own on that side of the floor at the next level. Because
Skip Bayless, man, this man about to make me lose my religion over this microphone. Skip Bayless. All of a sudden, Skip Bayless is saying that he's a defender. This is the first report, the first video I've ever heard Skip Bayless. I watch this show every day. So he's literally sitting up here lying, saying that I watched every USC game. Skip Bayless, no, you did not. Oh, you don't, man. Don't do this to us, Skip Bayless, dog. Check this out. Bronny James has not been known to be a capable NBA defender until 24 hours ago. Now Skip Bayless is saying that he watched every last game and Bronny James was Draymond Green mixed with DeMarcus Cousins mixed with Pat Bev, all kind of people, right? And I'm just like, when did Skip Bayless start to feel this way? Because I watched the last segments he talked about Bronny James. He said that will work. His offensive style, which we all know was not the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't, the kid had the heart condition. So I just don't understand why Skip Bayless, I understand why, but I'm saying, like, in this moment, he wants, every time he tries to interrupt Paul Pierce and Keyshawn Johnson, because Keyshawn Johnson is just like, I just don't get it. And Skip Bayless doesn't have that. He's looking at Paul Pierce to, back him up a little bit on his take. But the take doesn't make sense. None of these takes make sense to me, honestly, because I'm going to be curious to see. If I'm a college prospect, I'm looking at Bronny James saying, okay, well, I can get drafted. And there are a lot of prospects that legit know they're better than Bronny James. And they're sitting back watching this. What do you guys think they're going to do? Or how do you guys think that's going to feel? That's why you should create a ripple effect. You should create a process like this because it's going to be copied. You know what I'm saying? Men's college basketball is already on a down. Bronny James needs to go back, man, and give us a solid year, healthy, make sure his heart is right, and then we can give a fair analysis on what we see.
Tenacity about him. He's got a will about him. He's had to have a will because he got named LeBron James Jr. He's had to have a will in life, to stand up to the pressure and expectation and spotlight that are on him. And it manifests best when he's on defense more than when he's on offense. But I think he has enough of an offensive skill set as a complementary player, especially to his father. I just believe he's going to be a Los Angeles Laker next year, whether you like it or not.
And boom, that's the truth. He finally just goes out and admit why he has his take and why he believes in his take, should I say. Because he wants that. Skip Bayless wants that. He's pushing the narrative to help LeBron James. Who would have thought the day Skip Bayless is going to help LeBron James, man? Boy, this media be so damn sad. And then they get frowned upon or mad at when people call them an industry plant. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Skip Bayless, on his last, man. just can't help himself. This man, Bronny James, going to be a Los Angeles Laker no matter what, and I don't, whether you like it or not. I mean, come on, Skip Bayless, dog. Like, that's what you really want. I know that's what you really want because you need content. Think about it. If Skip Bayless doesn't have LeBron James, he's just going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And we already don't want to discuss the Dallas Cowboys like that because they already got enough issues going on. And they're just not the old Cowboys to where everybody was super hyped about them. But Skip Bayless, man, is giving LeBron James the assist, talking about his son, because he needs them, guys. Skip Bayless really needs them, man. They're talking about ending his show this summer. Trust me, if Bronny James get drafted, Skip Bayless is going to take a huge sigh of relief and literally be happy, man, because that's all this is about. On ESPN as well, Stephen A. Smith, they will literally drag players in the NBA right now. This is the same young man that LeBron James is saying is better than a lot of the players on his own team. That's all I'm saying. I feel better if I saw Bronny James have a healthy year. I would really feel good about that. Because that way it can be fair. He didn't get a fair chance. Y'all talk about Kwame Brown being a bust. I believe Kwame Brown averaged more than 4.7 points throughout his career in the NBA. That's all I'm saying. But these are the dudes that they clown. They clown the real dudes who literally had to get it out the mud and make something of themselves. And they prop the people who they favor. But this whole Skip Bayless issue, man, with LeBron James is Skip Bayless' business. He can go on here and say all he wants. Oh, his business is out here. He's building a house. Skip Bayless doesn't want LeBron James to leave LA. He wants LeBron James to remain a Laker. He wants his son on the team because it all works in his favor. So you guys weigh in with your thoughts in your comments, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this, man. I'm just taken back, man. This is so desperate, man. I was getting frustrated just listening to the reel of this. And I just can't believe it, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. I'm done with this. If you guys found any value from this video, I ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that like button first and hit the subscribe so you guys can continue to get future videos from your boy. Thank you so much for the love and support. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.